Breville Barista Express Espresso Machine, the most popular home espresso machine, offering a great quality shot, a capable steam wand, and an espresso-worthy grinder built right in. The Breville Barista Express is one of the best all-in-one espresso machines around. Dubbed the mini cafe by the folks in our office, this machine provides everything you need to make a latte and, when used properly, the results can rival what you'd get in a coffee shop. In our opinion, the price falls into a sweet spot for those that aren't willing to sacrifice quality when they don't want to go to the cafe. It has high enough quality components to pull a rich shot and properly steam milk, which is reflected in the price, but it is still much less expensive than the prosumer-level machines that bring true cafe-level technology into the kitchen. Pros: the semi-automatic Breville Barista Express brews better espresso than more expensive machines. It's comparatively easy to use and keep clean, plus it has an attractive stainless steel design. It also has a built-in burr grinder for hassle-free coffee ground dosing. Cons: the Breville Barista Express requires some effort to operate compared with fancy super-automatic machines. I admit that at first all the Breville Barista Express knobs, buttons, and dials were intimidating. Thanks to the detailed manual, after pulling just a few practice shots I had the basic process down. First I filled the bean hopper and the water tank. Next I dropped a double-walled, double-shot filter into the portafilter basket. I always preferred double shots, and pushed it backward into the grinding cradle. One short push and release hits a button at the back of the cradle telling the grinder to automatically fill the filter basket to the size you've selected, single or double. Also factored in is what grind amount setting you've selected, controlled by the grind amount dial. You can grind manually into the portafilter too by pushing it back and holding it in place. Releasing backwards pressure off of the portafilter handle stops the grinder. Finally you tamp down your grounds, swivel the portafilter into place to lock it under the brew head, then hit the single or double espresso button. With any luck a thick, concentrated stream of espresso liquid will flow into your glass or cup. Keep in mind that many factors can affect your espresso pull quality. These include the coarseness and amount of grounds used, how hard a tamp you exert, and whether the machine has been properly primed right before you brew. Performance and taste. Initially I found it tricky to pull a decent shot with the Breville Barista Express. Once I properly honed my technique, I was treated to the best espresso I've tasted from a home machine. For example, I first set the grinder to a level 5 coarseness, but my resulting shots tasted decent, though flat and lifeless, essentially a shadow of what's possible using my Costco Colombian test beans. Refractometer readings of shots pulled at these settings confirmed what I tasted, with the average percentage TDS, total dissolved solids, returning as 7.7%. Given my final espresso volume of 1.6 fluid ounces pulled through the 0.5 ounce of coffee grounds within the portafilter, that translates to a low extraction percentage of 13.1%. Just like drip coffee, ideally espresso should clock in with a high enough TDS to hit an extraction percentage of between 18 and 22%. Next I bumped the grinder down to level 3 coarseness and had another go. The Barista Express rewarded my patience with a shot that was truly spectacular. The taste was rich, and packed with complex flavors such as chocolate and smoke, balanced by sweet caramel. The crema was thick, stout, and a lovely golden brown. I also measured a higher TDS percentage of 12.4% from this shot, giving it an excellent extraction percentage of 18.6%. From this point on I had no trouble pulling shot after shot of similarly delicious espresso. Indeed, coffee I drank from the Breville Barista Express tasted better and lingered longer on the palate than what I made with either the Philips Seco Gran Baristo Avanti, 4.2 TDS average, or Cropsier 9010, 3.9 TDS average, both excellent but exorbitantly priced appliances. Of course, as with any semi-automatic espresso machine, if I altered any of the brewing variables, all bets were off. For instance, when I got greedy and added a larger amount of grounds, tamped the filter down too hard, or both, I typically lost control of my carefully balanced brewing pressure. In this case, not enough water could enter the filter or escape it. Regardless, the results were undrinkable. There is a way to salvage an extremely strong, or short pulls of espresso by using the hot water nozzle. I found the machine combined hot water with espresso very well, creating astonishingly tasty Americanos even from the most botched of my shots. I had no trouble steaming milk with the Barista Expresses either. Once the steam boiler reached temperature, approximately 20 seconds, it had plenty of power to complete the task. Other products such as the Mr. Coffee Pump Espresso and Delony Dedica timed out after a few minutes, while the Barista Express steam wand could practically run indefinitely. All espresso machines require constant cleaning to stay in good working order, and in this regard the Breville Barista Express is no different. With far fewer moving parts or messy milk reservoirs to maintain compared with super-automatic gadgets, this espresso maker is relatively easy to keep tidy. As long as you remember to empty the puck of spent grounds from the portafilter immediately after pulling a shot, give it a quick rinse, then flush hot water through the brew head, the machine is good to go. The drip tray is a cinch to remove and empty too. At the start of this Breville Barista Express review, I wondered whether the machine is still relevant. Having spent a lot of time playing with it recently, I can confidently say that it is. For those who are just starting out on their espresso journey, the Barista Express has a lot to offer. What's more, the price is definitely right, especially as this machine has a grinder attached. Still, I do wonder how quickly home baristas will outgrow this Breville classic. After all, it's kind of a given that you'll eventually hit a wall in terms of how deep you can get into the intricacies of espresso preparation. At the end of the day, the Barista Express will continue jumping off the shelves because it's such an attractive proposition. I just think carefully before committing.